Iranian government releasing a statement now saying the country absolutely has no interest in a broader war.
But now there are reports that Israel is sending thousands of troops into Lebanon to conduct what they are calling limited ground operations.
Yeah, so the question now that a lot of people are wondering, is it already too late for peace?
And joining us now is Associate Professor of Near Eastern Studies at Wayne State, Saeed Khan. Professor Khan, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's start with this latest attack from Iran and the movement of the Israeli army into Lebanon. Do you think a peaceful outcome is still possible, or are we long past that now?
No, I think peace is always possible. It really is a matter of will, and it is a matter of whether various parties, not just those in the region, but others who have influence on them, can then go ahead and exert whatever kind of pressure and persuasion that they can. We're talking about the international community. We're talking about the international rule of law. There are many different conventions that can be employed in order to essentially force peace on these parties. But again, right now, there does not appear to be among those who, particularly like the United States and others, who are willing to go ahead and be more insistent on a de-escalation of the situation.
Well, you mentioned the United States and you mentioned, obviously, influence. What kind of role do you think the United States should play when it comes to this conflict?
Well, I think, first of all, we have to look at what is the role the United States is playing before we can get to the should. The U.S. now seems to be pretty much involved in this militarily, given the kind of logistical support that it provided Israel when it came to repelling the missiles yesterday, as well as the deployment of several naval battle groups in the area, somewhere along the lines of about $45 billion in U.S. military assistance over the last year, since last October the 7th. This is no longer a situation where the United States is sitting on the sidelines. It really is at war. If it really wants to then align itself with some of the rhetoric that it is saying, at least officially, calling for a de-escalation and a ceasefire, then it needs to act more aggressively and assertively in that capacity, and then also dial back some of its more military-oriented involvement.
So we have both sides here, Professor, Israel and Iran, both claiming their aggression is retaliation from the actions of the other party. So does that mean they are both justified in this? What are your feelings about that?
Well, each is claiming justification. Israel is claiming a justification to attack Iran because Iran has been operating through its proxies, Hamas and Hezbollah. Now, of course, as of yesterday, acting in a more direct posture. And we have to also remember that Israel attacked the sovereignty of Iran most recently with its bombing of a building that assassinated Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. So when it comes to the idea of breaches of international law, when it comes to who started it, almost like a playground fight, both of them are going to go ahead and claim that it was the other that, in fact, initiated this. But we are where we are right now, and irrespective of who did start it, it seems as though the more important factor is how do we bring this to an end?
Yeah, that is the question. Indeed, so many fast-moving developments overnight and this morning as well. Professor Khan, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your insight.